Well, good evening, everyone. Gregory Muscara here, up here in Bozeman, Montana, and very excited to welcome you, our Lifeway brand partners, to this second launch and training webinar for our new My InTouch app. We're very, very excited to make this new powerful phone and desktop app available to you and your expanding team, which is going to make contacting and inviting and sharing and enrolling new customers and brand partners more fun, easy, and successful. And tonight I'm going to introduce you to Jake Hobner, the Director of Customer Success for Hustle Tech. And that's the company that's created this powerful app we call My InTouch. And Jake's been with Hustle for over 9 years, and he and his team have been an absolute pleasure to work with. And in addition to working with Jake, I've personally known and worked with one of the co-founders of Hustle Tech, JJ Oswald, for over 20 years. And for over 40 years, he and his family have been providing support materials and tools to our network marketing industry. So I want you to know that the Hustle platform for our new InTouch app that we're launching is already successfully being used by over 100 network marketing companies, some of the biggest ones in the industry, and millions of network marketing distributors worldwide. So without a doubt, JJ and Jake and their entire team at Hustle Tech know the game we're in and have created the most powerful, proven, and simple marketing and communication platform available to our profession. So, Jake, if you'd like to turn your camera on, I'm proud to introduce you, our Hustle Director of Success. And he's going to give us an overview on a guided tour of our new My InTouch app. So, thanks so much for being with us here tonight, Jake.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thanks everybody for joining. We've got a good crowd. I'm really excited to show you guys what we've been working on with Gregory and team for the My In Touch app. We really feel like that this is, like Gregory said, the best app in the industry. We've got the best tools that to help you build your business, and that's the biggest thing that we focus on at our company is serving direct sales field and how to help you guys do the best to build your business and to bring new people into your business. I'm going to share my screen here um, with you guys, and I've got a short presentation. We'll just talk through a few things, and then I will jump into a live demo of the app. So let's jump right in. So, to give a quick overview of what the My InTouch app is for, it really serves five main purposes for you guys right now, and we'll continue to build on this as the months and years go by. We're always looking to build on our platform and provide the best tools. So, right now we're focused on onboarding and training, so helping you guys come into the business and learn quickly, help you bring on new team members, help them learn quickly so that they are armed with the things that they need to be able to help grow their business. The sharing and enrolling portion is really what our app is built around, and the ability to have anything that you would need to share, whether it be links to purchase, videos to educate, images and other social media posts to kind of pique interest and get people asking questions and get the buzz going. All those things are there in the sharing and enrolling section. And then with that, we help you follow up most effectively through the feed. So as each of you know, building a business in the direct sales industry is about relationships. It's about being able to leverage your relationships and provide products and services that bless people's lives and help people's lives get better. And so through the feed, we help you effectively follow up with those people and build those relationships as you share things from the media section. The other aspect to this is the communications aspect, where Gregory and team can send out notifications letting you guys know about important things going on, such as this call, right? Links to join, things like that, as well as an ability to create events on a calendar. So you guys can create your own events on there. You can take advantage of the events that Gregory and team create on there as well. And again, it's really a one-stop shop for you guys to build your business. And sharing the products and an opportunity most effectively, right? So we combine what I would call a high touch, high tech approach, right? So you've got the regular, usual belly to belly type of interactions where you're meeting people, you're talking to them, whether that be face to face or whether that be on social media. And the app really is designed to help um, expand the power of those connections, right? So we're not trying to take away the one-to-ones or the one-to-minis, those belly-to-belly type conversations. But we do look to enhance those conversations, right? Whether they be through effective tools to share with people as you have conversations, and also effective media and social media strategies to help you broaden your reach and reach those people as well. And then each thing you can do, obviously, you can do over and over again, which is nice and help do the follow up there. Here's what I would say at a very basic level, right? What the app is really for is to share um, things with your prospects and be able to follow up with that. So this is kind of the flow that you'll see here, and I'll show you this in the demo as well. But you share a link that's trackable, right? If you share a video, we let you know when they click on the video. We let you know how much of the video they watched. Say they watched 80, 90% of it. We're going to give you that percentage back to help you with your follow-up. Um, and then they watch that video, right? Or they click that link that you sent them, and then we're going to tell you what happened. So again, trying to make this the most effective way to share. And I always like to use the example of a YouTube link, right? You could go find a YouTube video and go copy the link, share through YouTube, and send it to your friend. And you would never know what happened, right? Unless they followed up back with you or you followed up with them and said, "Hey, what'd you think?" And there's no tracking, there's no keeping track of, right? There's no automated follow-ups or anything that's going to help you know when to reach out to your friend. But if you do it through here, you have the same video. The share is easier, and whenever my friend clicks on it and watches the video, I'm going to get that feedback. So then I can easily follow up. Not to mention, my feed keeps track of all the people that I share with. So if I sit down for 5 minutes and I share a video with 10 different people, it's all kept track of there in my feed. So then I know who to follow up with. And each time any of those people click, I'm going to be notified. Here's kind of just an example of the way that we view our system as kind of a funnel, right? To help move people through the sales process. You introduce or pique their interest with something on social media, or maybe you chat with them. You share a tool with them, a video or a PDF or things like that. And then you do the follow up on a phone call or a Zoom call or an in-person presentation, and give them the full presentation on the products and the opportunity and things. Then follow up and then enroll. All of those things are made easier through the app, right? Whether it's sharing, whether it's presenting, whether it's following up effectively. So you can send a link directly to enroll or to purchase products. And all of those things can be done through the app. So then those people that start at the top of there, they can go through that funnel and become a distributor or become a customer. Obviously, some people fall off through that, right? They're not interested. It's not the right time or whatever. But the app keeps track of those people as well, and you can reach out to them later, which is really nice. Keep kind of it all together. I'm just going to share a quick case study with you from one of our customers that has over $500 million in annual revenue. And they launched our product, I would say, I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think we're coming up on 2 years here pretty soon. And over the last year and a half or so, they've experienced a 30% year over year growth. And this is a well-established company that's been around for a long time. They had 31,000 new seller enrollments and 417 seller in-app actions over a 5 month period. So basically, what that's saying is they shared 400,000 plus times and they enrolled 30,000 new team members. This isn't even customers, this is just team members, all through using the app. And using that funnel that we just talked about, where you're piquing the interest and you're helping give information and you're moving them through with that high tech, high touch method of moving people through the sales funnel. And so we know and we believe in the power of the platform. Is really what I'm getting to with this. It is a proven platform with a lot of success tied to it. And that's just one example. Okay, Let's talk some practicality here. So, the beauty of this app and also kind of the hard part about it is you subscribe through Apple, right? And so Apple has some rules that we have to play within. This is probably the biggest question we get is how to subscribe, and then once you're subscribed, how to log in or other things. Okay. So the first time you download this app, the My InTouch app from the App Store, you can search it in any app store you like. Um, you're going to first continue as a guest here. So you'll see this blue button, continue as guest. The reason we have to do that is because Apple is going to make us give some sort of free experience, right? It's an important part of their upgrade process. Then once you get in here, there's going to be a few things that you could do without ever subscribing. Not a lot of things, but a few. But if you want to subscribe, which you will to get the full experience, you need to click on one of these videos that have the grayed out and lock screen. That's what's going to bring up the subscription, and you're able to try the full subscription free for 14 days. And so it kind of gives you a little rundown of what you're subscribing to, right? Then you try free for 14 days. It'll go through the normal. This is all done in Apple. Okay. All this stuff is done or Google Play, right? If you have an Android, same exact process there. You're going to subscribe through them. Okay. And you're going to confirm however they're asking you to confirm. And then once you do that, then it's going to have you create an account. Okay. This last screen is really, really important. So if you don't pay attention to anything else this evening, pay attention to this part. Because if you don't get this part right, you're going to have questions later down the line. It's going to be hard to support. Okay. So you're going to create an account. You're going to put your first name in, your last name in, your email address in. I would use the email that you use with your company, right? And make sure that it's the same thing. Same with your distributor ID. It needs to match what you use when you shop, right? Or when you're in your back office. Okay. That's going to make sure that the links tie together correctly. Um, and then the sponsor ID you can put in there, but you don't have to. And that's the person that enrolled their ID if you know it. Okay, that's going to be important for a feature that we're going to release a little bit down the line. So if you know the distributor ID of the person that you enrolled under, enter that there. Gregory, did you have something? I see.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you that most of the companies you deal with use ID numbers. With LifeWave, you're going to put your sponsor username and your username,
Good
not the
call.
ID number. So, and that's being changed. This is the standard protocol that Hustle uses with most network marketing companies, but LifeWave chose to use username as the identifier as opposed to ID number.
Okay, good call out there, Gregory. So make sure that here in this distributor ID field, you are using your username, your LifeVantage username, okay? Or
Life,
LifeWave username, sorry.
LifeWave, there, good catch.
Um, there's so many names of all the companies. I
Oh,
apologize.
yeah.
And same with your sponsor, okay? Your sponsor's username. And then your password, okay? So your password here does not have to match your LifeWave password, but I would recommend it because then you don't have to remember a bunch of different passwords. It's kind of the easiest way to do it. But you do want to make sure it's something that you remember, obviously, because you're going to have to use it again. So in this process, if you're going through this process, I would slow down right here, right? Sometimes we want to just get in and we're like, let's get in and start using it, okay? And you're excited and you're starting to like just go through it as fast as you can. Slow down on this screen. Take out a piece of paper, write it down, put it in your phone notes, whatever you need to do so that all of this information that you're putting in here, obviously you know your first and last name. But I would write down the email address you use. I would write down the username you put in here. I would write down your distributor, your sponsor's username, and I would write down the password that you use. Okay, write that down somewhere so that you can revisit it. We get a lot of inquiries, even the last couple weeks since this is launched, about how to find that password out. Just write it down so that way you have it there handy for you. Once you've done that, now it lets you into the full app experience, which I'll show you in a second. But again, the username for that to match your LifeWave username is critical because that's what's going to make all the links go back, right? So if you send them an enroll link, right, to purchase a product or to enroll, and they click on that, one of the most powerful parts of the app is we're going to send them to your version of the LifeWave site, right? But that only works if you enter the right username. So if you don't know your username for whatever reason, look before you put something random in here, because we want those links to tie back to you so that people, when they purchase, it links back and you get that distributor signed up under you or that new customer signed up under you. Okay. So we'll cover that again later. But just know, slow down on this screen. When you get to this screen, slow down, take out something to take some notes with, and just make sure that you write down the information that you enter in there. Because then later you're gonna have to change that and edit it, right? Or use it again. Okay, the second part of this is to put your username. We're gonna have you put your username in again. Like Gregory mentioned, some companies use the ID and a username. You guys just use username, but there's still two different fields for us. So we want to make sure that we do this the right way. So you'll set up your username again in the settings. Okay. So you'll go down here at the bottom to more. So this is right after. Again, we're slowed down. We're writing all this stuff down. You just created the account. Then you're going to go down to more and then settings here and then account. And then you're going to put in your username on this account under username here. And again, this is your LifeWave username. Make sure that it matches so that all of your links go back to the correct place. Okay. Your password will already be in there. If you need to change it, you can. But your password will already be there. So you just need to do username and then save. Okay. Again, really, really important that those steps are taken so that way those links link back to you and that you're able to log in later when you open this thing up. Okay, so here's the links to the App Store, App Store for iOS, Play Store for Android. Okay, so I'll give you guys a few minutes as you scan this with your phones or whatever to get into the stores to start to download. And again, I wouldn't recommend necessarily that you can download it now, but don't go through the subscription process now, so that way you're able to slow down and write those things down. Okay. Give you guys just a few minutes, and then we'll jump into a live demo of the app, which I'm really, really excited to show you guys what it's looking like, um, and some of the tools that are available for you in there. Okay, let's jump into that. So make sure there's nothing else here. Okay, that's what I thought. We're on to the live demo, so I'm going to stop this share. And I'm going to bring up my phone share. And I see the questions in the chat, guys. We're gonna get to questions at the end. So continue to feel free to drop those in there. But just know that we'll get to them. So I'm not ignoring you. I see them in there, but hopefully I'll answer some of them throughout as we go throughout the presentation as well. Just naturally. Uh, okay. Looks like my screen's up. If you can't see it, stop me and let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to assume that everybody can see it. Okay, so here it is. So I'm in the app right now, right? I've got the account set up and I've got all my things here that I can share. Okay, the very first thing I'm going to tell you though, okay, after now you're in it too. Say you're in it, you're on the screen, right? You've done the sign up, you've done the username part. Okay, the next thing I want to call your attention to is the learn section. Okay, learn. And then there is an app training path right at the top. Okay, and then an apps training course. Learn is an LMS. There's lots of things that are going to be coming in there. Right now, it's just app training. Okay, but if you have questions before you email, before you text, before you call anybody, come in here and see if your question can be answered here in the Learn courses. Okay, that's why we put them in there. We've made videos on all of the parts of the app, right? And from a mostly surface level for right now. And then as we get more questions and we don't have videos to answer them, we will add more to this section. Okay, so this section is going to continue to grow as questions come up that are not answered. But come here first. Okay, come to the learn section and watch the video of whatever it is that you feel like you're having trouble with. If you're not sure how to sync your contacts, or if you're not sure how to use the media library, or if you're having a little bit of trouble setting up the account, whatever, right? It's all right here. Come in here and watch the videos. It's really, really simple. You just tap into it and then tap play on the video, and it's just a quick training. Each of them are 2 to 3 minutes long, and give you some insight into how to use the tool. Okay. So all the things that I'm going to cover here over the next 20 minutes or so are all going to be in this learn section already. It's already there. And so just you can review this stuff anytime and be able to have questions answered through here. If you watch and you can't find an answer, right? If you're like, hey, I've got a contacts question, and then you watch the contacts video and you watch the contact manager on desktop video, and you're still not sure what to do, that would be when you would reach out and ask the question, right? So that we can help you out. But we try to streamline it as much as we can with the answers in here because obviously if we're having to answer every question one off, that just takes a lot of time. And so we try to make it simple for you guys and for us to help support you guys in how to use this platform. Okay, so that is it again in the learn section under the app training path, app training course. There's a bunch of videos in here. Okay, and again, more will be coming in the future as we get more questions that are not covered already. Okay, second thing I'll call your attention to is the contacts list. This is where the magic happens, right? There's no business without customers. Nobody has a business if they can't have, if nobody's buying the product and nobody's signing up to be a distributor, right? So your potential customers and your potential distributors to team and team members are in your contact list already, right? You probably have a list of existing contacts that you may want to pull from the back office that you can upload into our desktop tool, which there's a video on and learn. But your phone has a whole bunch, hundreds of them probably, of contacts of people that may or may not be interested in what you want to show them. Okay. When you first come in here, you're going to have an option to import contacts. Okay. And what you're going to get is you're going to get the ability to do all, which I can't show you because I'm already in here. And I already have my contacts in, but it's either going to have you select contacts or it's going to have you do all contacts. My personal recommendation is just to bring them all in. Okay, just bring them all in. You don't know when people are going to pop up and be interested, right? You may say, "Oh, my grandma's never going to be interested," or my niece is never going to be interested, right? So I'm not going to put them in here. Put them in here. You never know. You never know when they're going to be interested, okay? Second of all, you're not going to scroll through this list to find people. Like all those people are not going to be in your way because when I want to send a text to Jake, I'm going to come up here to the top and I'm going to search Jake. And then I'm going to find the Jake that I want to reach out to. Okay. So all the people that are in there don't need to be overwhelming because I'm not going to scroll through them. Make sense? If you absolutely have to, then choose select contacts and then go through and choose them one by one. But each time you come in, you will need to also make sure it's up to date, right? So just come and tap this plus, import from device. Anything that has not been imported, any contacts you've added since you opened the app last, will all come in here, or you can manually select them if you choose manual from the beginning. Okay. This list is now your list of potential customers and potential team members. Okay. Reach out to them, send them a video, send them a PDF, send them something that kind of can get the interest going. Worst thing they're going to say is no, right? I would recommend that you come in here and send a video to 5 different people every morning. Get on here every morning and push yourself to send to 5 different people. You never know what's going to happen, right? If you do that every day for a week, that's 35 new people that have been introduced to LifeWave, and it took you 5 minutes of time each day, right? And then you'll use the feed to follow up, which I'll show you. But use this list, okay? The other thing that you can do here is build sub lists. So you'll see here I've got a customers list. These people have what we call tags, and that makes it so that it's easier to find people. You can do that here on the little this little note button at the top left. Tap that. That will show your existing list and also allow you to create a new list. I'll show you to create a new list. I'm just going to call it new list just because I'm not very creative. Tap OK. I'm going to now tap in there, and then I'm going to tap the plus button at the top right to add people to that list. Okay. So the question's been asked, how do I make sure that I've got everybody in the right spot? I would just use this, right? So just go through and tap people. If you've got thousands of contacts, this could be time consuming, but I can move through a few hundred of them probably in 5 minutes. Okay, just adding people that you think may be interested in a specific product or may be interested in being a team member or whatever it is that you want to use these lists for. And then I'm going to hit done. And now I've got my list here. Okay, and so then I can start to tap on these people and I can use those I can reach out to them with various tools and things like that. Okay, so now I've built a list. Go back to my contacts here. And then that new list will come up here in just a second. Just takes a minute once it refreshes. And then you'll see that new list. So then I can filter to that new list. And again, I can reach out to those people or do whatever it is that I need to do. Okay, so contacts, organize them a little bit, bring them all in, make sure they're all there. If you are not seeing contacts, okay, so if you did a sync, you brought them in, you're not seeing them, tap that plus button at the top and import from device. Try that again. The other thing that I'll have you do is check your settings. Okay, your settings in your phone. Let's see, I'll find it here and show you how to do it on an iPhone. It's basically the same on an Android, but you're going to make sure that your contacts, you see that at the top, contacts full access. Make sure that it has full access there. We're not going to do anything with these people. We're not going to do anything with the information. That it's only there for you to reach out to them. Okay. So just make sure that you've got full access allowed in your settings. And then anytime you don't see it, just do a pull to refresh. So I'm going to put my finger on the screen, right? So I'm going to show you on my phone. Can't really see it because of my background. Okay. But I'm going to put my finger on the phone screen. I'm going to pull down until it refreshes. Okay, that's called a pull to refresh. That's going to bring new people in. If for whatever reason it's blank or it's only showing a few people, finger on the screen, drag it down, let it refresh. Let it sit for a second, right? Because some of you have hundreds, even thousands of contacts. That takes time. Don't get in a hurry, don't get in a rush and think that it's not done yet because sometimes it works behind the scenes to load everything up. Okay. If for whatever reason you don't have people are still not coming, I would check your connection. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi. Make sure the Wi-Fi is good. Okay. Make sure that that's done. If for whatever reason you still can't see contacts, and this is a great tip in general, go down to your settings and do what's called a clear cache at the bottom. This will log you out of the app and put you back on the screen to log back in. And it's hopefully you remembered your username and your password that you put in before, and you can log back in. And then generally, if there's issues where you've had bad connection and things have gotten caught in the middle, that usually clears that all out. And the next time you come in, things are good to go again. Okay, so for whatever reason, if your contacts are missing, if you're not feeling like you see what you should on the media screen, whatever, if you feel like there's issues, do that clear cache. My guess is you'll rarely need to do that, but I just wanted to show it just in case some of you weren't seeing contacts or things like that. But again, you do need to import them first. So I would go through those steps that I showed you first. Okay, now media. This is where the magic happens, right? That's kind of where we started with on the PowerPoint presentation. There is so much here for you guys to take advantage of. There's all kinds of images. There's all kinds of videos, testimonials, PDFs, right, for you to share with people to help educate and move through that sales process that we talked about. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to share. I would find a video that you really like, that you really resonate, right? Maybe what's the phototherapy or the X20 water machine, whatever it is that you feel like that is a great video that you could answer questions about. If you sent it out and someone said, "Hey, well, what about this?" You could answer that question, right? Lead with that video, right? These are great videos. Any of them would be awesome to use. I'm going to use this one for now, just as the example. Okay, it's 2 minutes long. That's great, right? People don't want to watch long videos, so don't come in here and try and put together a 10-minute video and send it out to pique interest. People aren't going to watch it, right? Find something short, find something simple, and send that to 5 people a day. Okay. Again, this is the duplication that is easy and works. Okay. I know a lot of you have other jobs. A lot of you have other things you're doing. Your moms, your dads, you're working regular jobs, right? You're doing all sorts of things. You're busy. Okay. When you wake up in the morning, get a good breakfast, hydrate, right? Go for a walk, whatever else it is that you do in the morning. Brush your teeth, right? And then get on your app and send 5 videos to somebody. Okay, before you start your work day, before you take kids to school or whatever. Um, and share them out. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to go through this share flow. You're just going to tap share. You also can preview, right? If you want to watch, you can click the play button or whatever. I'm going to share this here. You can share on social media. You can share to a contact. I would not copy link right now because it's not trackable. Okay, you see that. Let's do contact first. Okay, So now I'm going to find who I would like to share it with. I can use my list, right? Maybe I make a list every Sunday that these are my 35 people that I'm going to reach out to this week. Okay, great Sunday activity to get yourself ready for the week. And you say week one list or weekly reach out list, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then you're going to grab one of these people that's on here. Let's do this one. I'm pretty sure that's my brother Benjamin. If it's not, then this might be awkward once he gets it. Okay. So here we're gonna write a message for you. Okay. I selected my contact. I selected the phone number that I wanted to share to, and now there's a message here for me. We wrote that for you. Okay. You can use AI now to rewrite it if you would like to. So I'm just gonna push that reroll button. Okay, and that's gonna come up with a new caption for me. Okay. I also can edit it. Okay. I don't like the emojis that AI put in, so I'm going to take them out. Okay. Notice that it addressed Benjamin. Okay. So it does a good job of writing messages for you, but you're welcome to edit this however you would like to. Okay. Once you've got it edited, just tap next. And then it's going to pull up with my text messages to Benjamin. It's going to have the video. It's going to have the um the caption that I just created. You see that up there, right? And then all you got to do is tap send. Okay. So now I've got one send done. It took me 20 seconds and I was talking you through it the whole time, right? It's a 5 second process to send out a video. It's a 2 minute process to send it to 5 people every morning. Okay. That's all you've got to do, especially if you've done the pre-planning and put those people into a list beforehand. You don't even have to think about who it's going to be. You did that already, right? And that's it. And then it brings you back to this page, and then I can go through again and I can share again. Okay. To the next person. Now, let me show you real quick. We'll see if Benjamin's paying attention and see if he clicks on my link. I'll come back to this while we're doing the presentation. But you'll see here in the feed, I did a share to myself earlier today just so I could test it out and make sure that it looked good. I shared this video with Jake Hobner. Jake Hobner viewed it, visited the site, and watched 15% of the video. Okay. I can go through and follow up with Jake right here. I can tap on Jake. I can message him. I can call him. I can email him. I can share more content. I can see Jake's profile, right? I can see his contact information, that kind of stuff. All through here, I can do my follow up. Okay. Once Benjamin does those things, then he will pop up here too. Right now, you can see that I share. So in the morning, if I shared this with 5 people, there would be 5 of these little tiles with the name right here of the 5 people that I shared with, different name each tile. And then as they interact throughout the day, I stick my phone in my pocket. I go to work. I do whatever it is that I'm going to do throughout that day. And then on my lunch break, I come back and see that I've got 5 notifications. I come back into my feed. I see who watched it. I see that Jake watched 20%. I see that Benjamin watched 100%. I see that Gregory watched 40%, right? And then I can tap those people and follow directly through the app. If I'm not ready to follow up, I can do what's called set a reminder. Okay, so you see that little blue button or little blue dot that was on Jake, just swipe to the right. That's going to put a reminder for me to do it later. Okay, super simple. It's my lunch break. I've got 10 minutes. I don't have time to follow up right now or have a conversation, but I will later, right? And then tonight when I get home, I'm going to switch to my reminders section on those people that I did, and it's going to filter out all the noise, and it's going to just bring me to the people that I need to follow up with. And then again, send him a text, shoot him a call, whatever it is that I want to do to follow up with Jake right now, whatever the best, most appropriate action is. Okay. That's what is going to be done through the feed. And we talked about it earlier, but this is you seeing it in action. Okay. This is the power of the platform is the share and the follow up, the share and the notification that helps you move these people further down the line, right? Because the share by itself is great, right? You gave them some information or maybe a link or something to think about. But without the follow up, you're not going to move them, right? You're not going to move them on to the next step if there's no follow up. This is where the tool is really powerful. This is where the tool is better than grabbing a link from the back office or grabbing a link from YouTube. Okay, it's all in one spot, and here you can follow up through the feed. Now let me show you a social share. Um, just for fun, okay? And you can grab a video, you can grab an image, whatever it is that you want to do. Let's use this link here. And I'm going to share it now and go through that same process, but I'm going to do social media. Okay, so instead of a contact, social media. You'll notice this part's the same. Okay, it's writing a post for me or whatever, or a caption. I can re-roll it, um, see what it comes back with. That's way longer, right? Maybe I like it longer. Depends on what I'm trying to do here. Let's use that for now, and let's tap next. Okay, and then it's going to pull up my social share sheet where I then can choose the app that I want to share it to, right? Whatever it is. I'm going to choose Facebook. You can choose Instagram. You can choose whatever you want. You can do feed, story, or a group. I'm going to do feed, and then I'm just going to tap at the top and tap paste. And that's going to pull in the image and the link to the video or the link to the image that I just put. Okay. I've got this set to only me, just because I do these trainings pretty often, and obviously I don't want to be posting a bunch of different links all over my Facebook. So it's just set so that only I can do it, see it, so that you can see how it works. But you can set this differently, right? If you want it to be public or your close friends or whatever, you can change that. And then I'm just gonna tap post, and then it's gonna post to Facebook. Super simple. Sorry, running Zoom and running the app and running all these things at once makes things slow down a little bit. But now it's copy to pay a link that I can paste into the comments, or if I've done Instagram, I can post it into my bio, whatever else I want to do there, right? So again, now I just made a social post. So now I've sent a video to someone, I've done a social post, and I've spent 3 minutes doing those things. Okay. That's where we start to move people into the funnel. Okay. We're starting to move people into the funnel with those shares. Those people are going to either ask a question, or I'm going to ask them a question. And then we're going to move. People are going to comment on the post, or they're going to like the post or whatever. I'm going to reach out to them. Okay. I'm gathering people that may or may not be interested. So then we can continue to have conversations, and we can continue to move down that funnel. So I want you to continue to visualize that funnel. Okay. So, and that's sharing, right? It's again, we try to make this as simple as we possibly could, so that it's as easy for you guys as possible to build your business. Okay, this is again, it's meant to be a tool in the tool belt for you guys as you look to build your wife or your LifeWave business. The last thing I'll show you here. I already showed you clear cache. I already showed you pull to refresh. Actually, let's do pull to refresh real quick on this screen too. Okay, again, phone here. If you need the new stuff, every time I log in, I do this. Finger on the screen, pull it down until it refreshes. Okay, give it a minute to refresh, right? We already saw my Wi-Fi is being kind of slow, so I'm not going to touch it for a second. I'm going to let it all, make sure that it all loads good before I start getting into it. Okay, again, finger on the screen, just like this. Pull down, refreshes. Okay, that's how you do that. You can do it on the contact screen, you can do it in Learn, you can do it anywhere in the app to bring in new stuff. Make sure you're up to date. Okay, the last thing I'll show you is events. Okay, if you want to create an event to keep track of, you can do it right here. You just tap New Event, and it's really similar to any other event system that you would use. Let's say I'm going to do a in-person meeting with Benjamin, right? Because I just messaged him. Turns out he was really interested. He wants to meet on Friday at 7:45. Um, End date's also going to be on Friday. Obviously, we're not having some long meeting. I can set an end date here. It doesn't really matter. Let's set it for an hour. Um, I would put in an address here if I want to. Um, you can also put in an email, phone number. You can put in a little image as an attachment, right? And then just tap save. Oh, it's going to make me put a type. Personal event. Okay. Save. Now, in a second, you'll see that little blue dot on the 17th, right? Takes a minute. There's the upcoming events down at the bottom, right? Because I tapped on the 17th. Okay, so that's just a good way for you guys to keep track of stuff, and see what's going on within your own business. Okay, um, nothing really in settings or profile that I'm going to cover here or need to, but remember the account part. Make sure that you've got the username that matches your LifeWave username. Okay. Let's see, anything else that I need to go through here? Support. Okay, if you need help right? What's the first step we're going to do? We're going to go to learn. Okay. If we need help, if we're not sure how to do something, we're going to go to learn first. We're going to watch a video about it and make sure that that video doesn't already answer our question. Okay. If it doesn't, then we're going to go to the support button in the settings section. I'm going to tap that and you're going to submit a ticket. Okay. So that's just going to open up a form where you can share your name, email, put my in touch up here. And then if we pull in your device already, I would fill in, right? I'm on an iPhone 15 Pro. As much information as you can give us, the better. That's going to help us uh, help follow up and help us make sure we can take care of what you need the fastest. As much information as you can here. Okay. Contacts don't work is not helpful in that box. Video won't play. Share doesn't work. None of that is very helpful. Give us as much detail as you possibly can. Okay, I imported my contacts. I had 100 of them in here, and now I'm only seeing three. I've done the pull to refresh, I've done the clear cache, and I'm still only seeing three contacts. That's a good amount of information. Does that make sense? If you only give us a little bit of information, then it's going to take forever for us to figure out what it is exactly that the problem is. Okay, so as much information as you can give here, the better. And then once you're done, hit submit. If you got screenshots, that's great too. Okay. Um, Let me just make sure there's nothing else that I want to go through here with you guys. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Do we want to jump into some questions now, Gregory and Janet?
Yeah. Jake, I just want to thank you. That was very comprehensive. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the reasons is a 14-day free trial, so you can get in there and bump around and
Yes.
figure it out, you know. But once you get in there, you're going to realize how simple it is. Once it's set up, as Jake
Hmm.
demonstrated, you could be at a grocery store, Starbucks, or anywhere, meet a new person. Like Robin and I were at Hot Springs last night, met a couple of people, and before you know it, she's got their information. She's sending videos to them. They're responding, going back and forth.
Awesome.
This is just a the most powerful, simple tool. Now, there is some sophistication, so along with its simplicity, but it's really simple. So, I need to point out and thank Janet Kiefer, our project manager. Without Janet, this wouldn't have happened. She and I have been working together for over 2 years to find the ideal platform to provide to the greater LifeWave community. And when we found Hustle and we found JJ and Jake, we fell in love. We knew we were in the right place. And Janet's going to kind of go through some of the questions and moderate them for you, Jake. But before we do, I'd like to bring in my other partner, my wife Robin, and she's just going to share for a moment because she's the happy clicker. And Robin, if you want to turn your camera on for a minute, she's a happy clicker. She downloaded the app and is having so much fun with it. Are you there, Robin? Or I don't see
Should I stop
you.
my share, Gregory?
Yeah, that'd probably be good. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And Robin, I'm not hearing or seeing you. Oh, she couldn't turn her camera on, so she's going to come share space with me. So she's will be here in a moment.
There you go.
Here she comes. So, and I just wanted to comment. Janet, in her illustrious career prior to LifeWave, has been a high-level executive in marketing, branding, communication with a number of different companies. She's actually launched seven different technology companies. So here we go, number eight. Okay, and here's Robin.
Oh, Jake, that was fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
I am definitely being a happy clicker, and I have a few favorite things about this app that we didn't have before. Could you move over so I can sit down?
Yeah.
Thank you. Whew, I ran up the stairs. Um, I recommend people send a bunch of things to yourself so you can see what it looks like, and then you'll get your notification. I screwed up on the contacts, and several of you know that. What Jake said, click all. because then they're all in there. Because I had some recovery to do on that one. Really, there's a section on compliance, and it even has a script for X2O, which is really, really, really important right now. Um, there is in the learning part the FAQs. God bless you, Janet, for taking the amazing amount of time. Please read all of them. You will answer so many of your own questions and you will learn a whole lot. And that learning section, I've watched every one of those videos. They are so well done and they're really, really short. So you'll get a great education really quickly. I love, 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 love the lists. Oh my gosh, that is going to change my life. So I have a list for prospects. I have a list for customers. I have a list for brand partners. I have a list for personally sponsored. And, like what Jake was talking about, a new list for the people you want to send to. I love your suggestion of doing it first thing in the morning. And just a reminder to everyone to not flood people with information if you haven't connected with them first. It's a relationship business. And so make sure that you have that connection and they're ready to receive what you're saying. And then there's a favorite section. We didn't go through that tonight, Jake, but I love, love, love the favorites too, because there are
Yeah.
certain things that several of us use all the time. Like what is phototherapy? That's such a great 2 minute, video. And there's so many resources. So my invitation to everyone is to go through everything that's in the media library and see what's there. Because there are some things there that I was surprised about, and I was thrilled to see them. There's videos, there's PDFs, there's several of David. I mean, sometimes people want to hear David talk about the science. So, this woman we met in the hot springs, and by the way, do what you love to do and you'll attract the people you want to attract. I went on a hike to waterfalls with a few brand partners that were visiting and met someone right at the top of the waterfalls and a great prospect. There was no cell coverage there, so I got to send it later. And then we're in the hot springs wearing patches. She goes, "Do you have a pain patch?" You know, so it was just perfect. And again, we were off the grid, so I had to do it later, but I got their contact information. I took a picture of them so I know what they look like. And so today I had fun sending a bunch of things from the app, but really do go through the learning tabs and watch those videos and read the FAQs because there is so much available to us. And this is just so much fun. And when something comes out like a new LifeWave Connect or something, and you want to send it to your whole list of prospects or your customers, keeping them educated, with one click. Now, Jake, I got a question for you. Can you send a text from your laptop, or does it have to be from the phone?
It doesn't even from the phone from the text. We haven't put that in just because not every laptop has the ability to text. I know that that's really common now for the Macs, especially, is to hook up
Okay.
with your phone numbers,
Yeah.
but a lot of them don't. And so,
Okay.
just to avoid the confusion, we don't let you text from the desktop, only
Okay.
email from the desktop, and then
Okay.
you can text from the phone. Yep.
Yeah, so
Great
so
question.
being in the over 70 crowd, I love having the access. I downloaded it on my laptop today. I will do probably the majority from my phone, but it's much bigger from the laptop, so I can see what's
Right.
there. But then I will be because people open up text more than they do emails. So
hmm
there's just, I can set up all my lists for my desktop and then use the phone to send the text out. So I'm thrilled. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
All
Thanks,
right,
Robin.
your turn. Thank
Well,
you very much.
thank you, everyone. We're just wild and crazy over here on the chat. Jake, thank you. That was an amazingly wonderful demo of it. And Gregory, would you put your screen, stop sharing your screen real quick so it'll go back to speaker, please? I also want to introduce and thank another one of Jake's team who's in the chat with us. Jessica Boyer has just been unbelievable. She's grabbing all the issues, she's helping you work through. And what you'll find if you will go into um, into the help section, the support at InTouch or in support at hustle.tech. You're going to get help. And if you really get stuck, we're here. We're helping you guys because this InTouch is only 7 days old. It's a little baby, right? You guys are the first ones. You're here at the birth. So please be patient. And those of you who are seeing it for the first time tonight, truly, there's an FAQ that's very extensive. There are videos that are really well done by the Hustle team. I'm impressed. Of all the demo videos I've ever gotten in my life, you guys are probably the best. They're clear, they're easy to follow. But a couple things, we do have a lot of questions, some of which we can't answer because we have to work with you guys individually on your questions. But a couple things I think important in this app to point out. Jake, you showed them events, but
Hmm.
if you could jump back in, I'd
Hmm.
like you to go to October 15th, 16th. In the events section, we have loaded the convention. And you can go there and you can send the event and the registration to your person. You guys, how many times have we lost that registration link to convention? And you're like, what email is it in? Where is this? So it should be right there on the 15th. If you look at October 15th, I think, do we have a little dot there? I think
I
we
don't see it,
loaded.
but I may not have joined because my
Oh,
app is set up separately, right? Not
okay.
for the subscription, so I may not have it on mine.
Okay. Well, also on August 7th and 8th, if you click on that date, it takes you to the link to
There we
the
go.
global convention Dr. Stacy has. So my point is, we've been waiting forever to be able to push events out. There you go. Take a look right there. There you've got a description of the event, you've got the link, you've got the cost, everything's there. I love this because we just don't have to stumble around anymore. And you have the ability to put your events in and things like that.
I can
Another
also
thing,
share this, Janet, right? I could tap share at the top,
good point.
and it will allow me to share the same exact way that I just shared the video that you just watched. You can share this with any of your contacts or post it on social media. Hey, guess what I'm going to be up to at the beginning of August coming up, right?
Right,
It's on your Facebook or whatever else.
right. So look at that. You can share it so many ways. Folks, you got a lot of questions. We're trying to get you onboarded. You're excited, but let me tell you, we've never had anything this powerful, this comprehensive. We have been spending months in here. And so take your time, like Robin said, go through this media section. Take your time. It's incredibly robust. And by the way, this is just the start. We're going to be putting in sections about onboarding and training. And then we've got other things coming. So the hustle team and us are kind of wet at the hips these days. So be patient, play with it. If you have issues, go to support at hustle.tech. But recommend those of you who are joining tonight, Jake, explain a little bit. We have a lot of questions about can they see the app and play with it without subscribing to get to the 14-day, and I'm saying that's not possible. Could you explain that?
Yeah, yeah. So there's a tiny bit of things in there, but really what we want you to do is just do the 14-day trial because you can cancel it, right? It's not going to charge you until after that trial, and that's a full 2 weeks, right? And it's going to give you everything, right? If you come in here, I think that there's like maybe two or three things that you're able to share, but it's really honestly not that helpful if you don't do the subscribe. The other part is you're not going to have an account, right? So none of the links are going to work back to your LifeWave system, and so again, really, I would encourage you to do the 14-day free trial because you're going to have all of the bells and whistles that come with it, and it's not going to charge you. So, for whatever reason, in those 2 weeks, if you're like, hey, this isn't worth my money, then my $7 a month, then don't pay it, right? That's what I would say. And I think that again, there is a few things that you can share, so you can kind of get you can share something with yourself or whatever, but it's really not a tool to build your business until you go through that subscription process.
And may I remind everybody that your $7.99 a month or the $79.99 a year is a tax-deductible write-off. This is a business expense, you guys. We've had some questions about data security. Could you address that? People are
Mhm.
wondering about the security of their contacts.
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. Okay, whoever asked that, if you're thinking about it, great job, right? That's really important. So one of the things that we do, one of the advantages of being a worldwide customer is we have to comply with a lot of different compliance type things. The U.S., frankly, is very lax compared to most countries, and so we actually do our data privacy based on the European model. It's called GDPR, and so we take extra steps. We do not keep any of your information. We do not reach out to any of these people. It is only in here for you to use. Okay. So we're not going to take it. We're not going to sell it. We're not going to do any of those things with it. We can see it. Obviously, it's in a database somewhere, but like we don't have anybody looking at it. We don't have any mechanisms to save it. If you go in and delete your account, so right, say that's a big concern for people with things like that is being able to fully delete, right? Like if I have a Facebook account, I don't even know if you can fully delete a Facebook account. I think you just have to log out and it just sits there, right? You can't take any of that stuff off.
Yeah.
But if you needed to delete your account, you can do that and it deletes it all. It deletes your information, deletes your contact information. Everything is gone. We don't keep any of it. Okay. It's fully scrubbed. So we, long way to say that your data is completely safe. We don't sell it to anybody. We don't even use it for our own stuff. It's literally just for you to be in there to reach out to people.
Thank you so much, because that
Yeah.
a concern. Some of the people are still having issues with the username and the sponsor name and things like that. I would just recommend folks, because we can't really address your issue right here on tonight's call,
Mhm.
send it over to support@hustle.tech. We'll get you worked around so you're back in.
Mhm.
Some of you have had loaded contacts that have disappeared. We're getting those worked out. Again, it's a baby. Give it time. We'll grow that way. I'm just checking some of these. Some of you have been on the app and you're really enjoying it. We are not connected to NowSite. We can't answer your questions about the NowSite app. That's an independent app that LifeWave has, so you'll need to take your questions over there. Again, to Gregory's point, he and I started this journey in March of 2024. We're now in July of 2026, and we finally found the right tool and the right company. So I think you're going to really enjoy it. Again, as you see on the screen, when you pull up the QR code or you search your app store, it's My InTouch. That's the name we had to get. Although you'll just hear us constantly talk about it as InTouch. I'm so glad we got to get the name of the last app. But Gregory has put his heart and soul into this and so much time and money. We have done so much over 2 years to try to get us the best solution because honestly, we're independent distributors. It's up to us to market. The company does a little, but this is your business. This is now your tool. I think you're going to love it. You're going to find, like Connie Lucas said, she built her whole business off of the previous InTouch app in those tiny bits of time when she was in her hair salon, would finish with one customer, run over on the app, send a video, go to the next customer. You're going to love how convenient this is. So if again, some of the questions, if they're specific to you, please reach out to Hustle because we just can't fix them right here on the call. This call is being recorded. It'll be on liveyoungeryoutube.com. You can go back and we'll probably have it up by tomorrow. You can go back and watch it again and again. Gregory, do you want to address about people are asking about Spanish translations?
Yes, that's the next step. Once we get the bugs out and get it humming, uh, we will be adding all the Spanish materials that LifeWave has created. So anything that's in LifeWave that's in Spanish will soon be added in here. We just had to get it working in English first, so that will be happening. Also, this is a global app, but we haven't turned on the whole world.
Yeah.
If you're in a specific country and you'd like to have access to the app, please let us know because we can turn access on for your country without much difficulty. but we just didn't turn the whole world on at once.
Yeah, we got to get our country
Yeah,
first.
that's right.
Um,
Yeah.
Greg. What was the other question, Gregory? Translations. Oh,
I did.
just
While you're looking at, I did see the question of whether it's help or support at hustle.tech. Both go to us.
Oh,
yeah,
So
good.
help at
Good to know.
hustle.tech or support at hustle.tech. Either one, we're going to get that email. Sorry,
mhm.
I just noticed that someone asked that question. I know Jess pinged back. Thanks for that, Jess. But I just wanted to address it for everybody, just in case anybody missed
Excellent.
that.
Thank you.
Gregory, do tell them about our special email for suggestions.
Yes, let's differentiate. If you have questions about the app, God bless you, Jake and Jessica, and your team that's handling them. You have a customer service department for customer service on the app. If you've got a suggestion that you say, "Gosh, why don't we add this video to the media section or this PDF?" You could send those to intouchsuggestions@gmail.com. And those will go to Janet and I and Liz Hodges. And we're very open to your suggestions. Don't send us questions about the app because we're just going to respond and say help or support at
Hustle.
hustle.tech. That's all you're going to get back. That's the answer you're going to get to your question about the app. But if you got a good suggestion, we love that. So please let us know.
Yeah, very, very true. We're getting some great questions. Thank you, everybody. Really good questions. Honestly, though, your questions are in the FAQ, a lot of them. They really are. And in the videos that Jake and his team made. And Jake is still being so responsive. He goes, "Oh, we need a new video for that part." So check back in the Learn section. We're going to be building it out. Yeah, yeah. So. I think that's most of it. It says, well, we need to go to an internet browser or your desktop and got myintouch.app, then log in with Jessica. I'm not sure how you answered that, but she's probably right. It's a little
Yeah, someone had asked just how you access the desktop version, and it's not a
Yeah.
download, right? You don't need to go to your app store or whatever on your Mac or whatever. Just go to myintouch.app, and you'll see a login button, and you can log in there.
yeah.
Beautiful.
So we've had questions about lists and texting people on lists. It's in the videos, you guys.
Mhm.
Please watch them. Yes, indeed. We're going to be doing this every Monday night through July. Come back. You probably need to hear it again. I know I did. And I was like, oh, it does that, So bring your team, bring everybody you can. I honestly think when this is built out, it's going to be such a powerful business tool that people will join your team just for this app. It's unbelievable what a great tool we have now. So thank you, Jake.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the time.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're at the top of the hour. I think it's a good time to bring it to a close, but this is just a beginning. We'll be doing ongoing workshops and training but just start. Just try it. You'll like it. And it's simple and it's free for the first 14 days.
Yeah.
So and we'll be expanding the FAQ from some of the questions that have been posted in the chat that we didn't get a chance to answer tonight. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Jake. Thank you,
Thank
Janet.
you.
And
Thank
thank
you,
you, everyone.
Jessica. Yeah.
And Jessica, oh boy, you're such a pleasure to work with. We're so grateful.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good night, everyone.
good night, everyone. So this will bring our call to a close.